If you're watching the replay as well, do keep posting, and Mark and I will get back to you later on that. So welcome to the Hubfizz Live show, where you can get ideas to help your eco-conscious business grow. And today I'm joined by Mark Hibbitts from Persuasive Copy, talking about the business of telling your eco story. So welcome, Mark.
Thank you very much, Karen. Nice to be here.
Really good to have you on the show. So a bit about Mark. He's an experienced copywriter and social media manager, specializing in the creation of authentic brand stories, sales copy, and social media content for ethical businesses. And I know Mark is very busy. Your business is expanding so much. So how long have you been focusing on working only with companies that share your values?
Yeah, well, past couple of years really. I went vegan, five years ago, more than 5 years ago. Before that, I kind of was pretty blind, I think, like most people, pretty blind to the damage we're doing to the environment and business was doing in general. After I went vegan, something I never thought I'd say, but after I went vegan, I started taking more interest in environmental issues. I think most of us do. And the more you learn, the more difficult it then becomes to work with people and businesses who don't really care about anything other than profit. I think, they're just not working with a purpose to help the planet. So, it's all profit at the expense of people, animals, the environment and everything. So we want to work with businesses who are working with a purpose to make the planet a better place. We're not there yet. I mean, we don't work with, we are choosy about who we work with, but not everybody is a perfect match just yet. But as one client leaves, we look for a new business from that target market. That's the specific target market we're looking for.
Yeah, that's very, very similar to myself as well. And it's sort of this gradual change. And I think as people are becoming a lot more eco-conscious and aware of sort of people and planet over profit, I think, this is only going to increase. So have you noticed an increase in your requests for services since sort of going down this route? And I know as well, you did specialize in copywriting sort of for websites and stuff like that, but now you're getting a lot of social media management stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do both. And yes, that I have noticed an increase, but it's a slow process. I mean, when it comes to the social media clients, there's only a certain amount we can look after at one time because the agency at the moment is just my wife and I. Because we try to provide a lot of value to the clients, they tend to stay for quite a long time. And most of the clients that we've got currently have been with us for like a year, and they're not going to go anywhere at the moment. So our goal next year is to take on a couple of social media managers to look after probably existing clients so we can focus entirely on that preferred marketplace. With the copywriting, or what I call the brand storytelling, at the start of this year, I developed a brand storytelling model that was looking quite good and I was getting a lot of interest. And then it kind of got put on hold a bit because of the whole COVID situation. But it's still there and it's still something I want to do. And I know there's a lot of value there. So next year, there's something I want to really push forward with. But because I do a lot of the social media now, it's just a time thing. And I need to get some leverage by employing a couple of people. It's just that fine line where we are, as I was mentioning, between being able to go from one to the other, just a step up. But we'll get there. We'll get there next year.
It is. I think it's that difficult chicken and egg thing, isn't it? Sort of like, do you take on more people? Can you afford to sort of pay them because you're quite busy? But then you need to have enough work to keep you going and to keep them on as well. And I know you through your social media posts as well, you're still telling the brand story anyway, aren't you? It's not just it's not just copywriting. And we're talking about story. Where do you find people are going wrong with telling their story in their business?
That's a good question, actually, and I don't think they're always clear on their mission, vision, and values. And it's those things that are going to attract the like-minded fans and customers to the business. I also, nearly every client I speak to, I find they're not really comfortable. People just aren't comfortable talking about themselves. They don't like to talk about themselves. They don't like to blow their own trumpet, so to speak. So we can do that for them. I developed a model that I call "What is your brand story?" and the "What" is an acronym for why, how, aim, and tell. If I can do you want me to can I just elaborate?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we do is with people is we work on their why, and we work with them to find out why it is they do what they do, and that's the real purpose behind the business. some people have got an inkling of why they do what they do, and some people think it's for the money, but it's not, and some people think it's for this or that. But actually, when you dig a little deeper, it actually goes much deeper than they think, and they can actually be surprised by the results. It's a strange thing, but the second part of the acronym is the how, the H, and that's how they do what they do. We look at how their products and their services add value to their marketplace, and by looking at what they offer, how it serves the target market, we can then create a mission statement, which I think is very important for all businesses. It gives them direction, it empowers the workforce, and it shapes a strategy for the future growth of the business. So we've got the W and the H. The aim, the A, the third word, is aim. So we work out what they're aiming for in the future. That is the vision. I talked about the mission and the vision earlier. This is the vision of the business. And I think that's so important, because when you've got this passionate vision, it clearly states the future goals and dreams and aspirations of the business, and it allows them to plan for the future with much more clarity than if they don't have it. So when you've got that mission and vision, it just it gets everything in place. And this is what we do with the tell bit, the last bit, the what, WHAT. We bring it all together to tell a compelling and authentic brand story, and that is going to in turn will build engagement. It will build trust and loyalty with customers. It will turn the prospects into fans, and it increases the perceived value of their products and their services. It's quite an intensive process. This thing, it can go on for a day or 2 days or more, in a workshop sort of environment, or one-to-one or whatever. But it's well worth doing, because they come out with more motivation, more clarity, and more purpose, really.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Really, really good. I think it's a lot of businesses could do with that, and it's worth the investment, because once I think you've got that foundation in place, it makes everything else you do in your marketing, your web copy, everything you post out about it, just makes it a lot more focused and easier to do, doesn't it?
100%, yeah, and it's something I really want to focus on next year, because I think with a lot of new businesses, especially like vegan businesses and businesses that are focused on the environment, they really need to tell that story to get people on board. And it's something I really want to get going with, so.
Well, I'm getting your help as well to sort out my LinkedIn profile, aren't I? To make it.
Well, I'm gonna
tell a bit of story. Maybe I'll have to sign up to your workshop as well. I really like the sound of that. So yeah, as soon as you get information on that, do let us know, and I'll share that out with people.
Yeah, that will be a 2021 thing. It's something I suppose it's something I could do on Zoom. It's something I'd prefer to do in person. But if things carry on the way they are, then I'm going to have to do it online, which is easy. I'm more of a face-to-face person. I'm more of a touchy-feely, huggy person. I know not everybody is, but that's just me. So.
Excellent. And what we're sort of getting to near the end of time. It goes really quickly, but what content do you think people want and need to hear about a business?
Right. With content, they want to know what your products and services can help them, because it's got to be a what's in it for them, really. And part of that is obviously their values and your values being shared, sort of thing. When it comes to social media and website content, they want to make a connection with the people behind the business, I think. And they also want to see content that's relevant to the ethics of the business. The content needs to inform them, it needs to engage them, entertain them. That's where it gets engagement and reach. And I was thinking of someone who does this perfectly, who's got everything really on brand. And if you want to look at someone who's got it down, then it's James Watt from Brewdog on LinkedIn. If you look at James Watt, who runs Brewdog, the brewing company, all his stuff are relevant, on brand, and he gets such a great engagement. And he's got a great product and a great brand too.
Okay, definitely. Well, I'll definitely have a look at that and share the link of that, because that's brilliant. And so if people want to find out where you are, I know you've got your website, persuasivecopy.co.uk. You're on Facebook at Persuasive Copy Agency. Otherwise, they can just contact you on LinkedIn as well, Mark Hibbitts.
Yeah, LinkedIn's probably the best way to get me, to be honest. It's just LinkedIn/Mark Hibbitts. Yeah, definitely. Okay,
I'll share that link as well. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Really good to have you on the show.
I'm sorry, that's a dog.
Next week, we'll be talking to Fran Ellington from Triple Bottom Line Accounting about measuring your social and eco business impact. So do join us then. I'd like to thank all the viewers and people tuning in, those watching later on the replay. Do keep bringing your questions to us and Mark, and we will get on to them and reply to them as soon as possible. So yeah, that's it for today. Goodbye, and we'll see you all next week. Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thank you.